Hi everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where today we're here at the LEGOLAND Windsor Resort to bring you all the latest construction happening on Minifigure Speedway. These are two new dueling coasters opening at the park in 2024. Now, as you can see there behind me, lots of the supports are now in place and also some of the track sections for this new roller coaster as well. So in this video we're going to bring you all of the latest updates and of course check out the construction that's taking place on another new edition for next year. As I've been mentioning over the past few months, 2024 really is going to be a huge year for UK theme parks, with lots of new roller coasters and rides opening at various different parks around the country. And it is really good to see LEGOLAND Windsor finally opening another roller coaster. It really is needed for this park from a capacity point of view. So I think the fact they're building two that are interacting with each other is fantastic to see. But of course we're down here, let's have a zoom in and a close-up look at what's happening down here on the construction site. So Minifigure Speedway is being manufactured by Zera. Of course, they're a company that have built various different roller coasters all across the world, and yeah, very well known for their Zera Tivoli model family roller coasters. And yeah, what we're seeing here is something a little bit different actually from Zera, because it will be a shuttle coaster. And yeah, starting off just here, looking at some of the track sections. Now, with it having two separate coaster tracks, one of them is going to be red, as you can see here. The other one will be blue. And yeah, you can also see lots of supports have gone in place further up the sites just here as well. And actually, the support structure is quite complex there, isn't it, for a set of family coasters? But I guess that's the thing with them designing this, having the two tracks next to each other, they can really utilise the support structure and make sure that, you know, the supports are holding both the tracks instead of having like two separate support structures holding up each of the tracks. And yeah, it's actually started to make the Duplo Dino coaster right next door look pretty small. I mean, obviously that's a tiny little coaster that was designed a few years ago to be a kind of child's first roller coaster. And yeah, it's nice how just behind it you're going to have Minifigure Speedway just here. And yeah, we'll head down and have a closer look just down there in a second as well. Now, the park did actually have an event the other day where they put the first section of track into place, and we would have been able to have gone on site. And we started making our journey down here to Legoland, and unfortunately ended up getting a flat tyre, ended up with a puncture. So sadly, we didn't make it down here, which is a shame because, yeah, we were supposed to be going on site and seeing that first section of track be lifted into place. But at least we're here today, just a few days later, and also some more sections have gone in since then as well. These things happen, don't they, Charlotte?
Yeah, they do. We was gutted.
Yeah, we literally set off like 30 minutes down the road.
But we were safe, that's all that matters.
Yeah, we ended up with a flat tyre, so yeah, we did miss coming down here for it. But yeah, hopefully there'll be another opportunity to head down onto the site and of course, yeah, see this ride even closer up than we are right now. But yeah, we're going to head around the corner and we'll go and see what's happening. I mean, it is a Saturday today and there is some construction taking place on the site, so I don't know if we're going to see any other supports or track lifted in today. But yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit of activity taking place. And we don't have to come much further to get a different viewpoint here. As you can see, the station has risen up since last time we were down here at Legoland. And yeah, it seemed like the groundwork was going on for quite a while, and then as soon as things go vertical, as we've seen with other projects like Hyperia, there really is no messing around. So yeah, the station has gone up just there. Quite a tall station actually, isn't it? And yeah, you can see kind of all the beams that have gone into place on the side there. They'll hold the sides and any theming that's going into place. And yeah, it looks quite colourful actually, doesn't it, the structure? So that makes me think we're going to see a lot of them beams kind of exposed inside or on the exterior maybe, and the fact that they've actually got the colours on there as well. And yeah, they've got an orange kind of beam going across the top there, almost looks like a finisher even though it's not got sides on yet. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this is going to look and the exact kind of theme they're going for, because yeah, it is all based around the minifigures, and we kind of guessed that already from when we saw all these banners that went into place earlier in the year with different minifigures on. I especially like the banana just up there on the top right. I do love bananas. But yeah, you can see all the supports just here, and it looks like some of the banking is going to be quite steep actually. I think it's going to be a really nice addition to this park. But yeah, we'll just go and have a little look around the corner now and get some more angles for you. I know we saw the plans of this quite a while ago now, however, I was not expecting it to look as big as it does, especially like with Duplo Dino coaster there, and this towering right behind it. Bear in mind, that's the maximum height just there for Duplo Dino with the blue track. And look at that just behind, like it's a pretty big coaster for this park, which is really nice to see. And yeah, you can see the lifting in A crate just over there by the looks of it. Yeah, lots of active work taking place. Yeah, look at the support structure. You can also see this is actually one of the lower sections just down here. Because yeah, when you look at the supports just over there, it goes considerably higher than this kind of banked turn that we've got just over here. And yeah, the banking on there, quite substantial actually. It's nice though, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, people are going to come here, ride Duplo Dino coaster, and the kids are going to think, I want to go on that one, you know, so they'll get taller and be able to come back and ride that in the future. Yeah, I think it's really nice actually with that. Look at the supports just off to the left. And yeah, also the white mansion house is covered in scaffolding at the back. I did mention in a previous update, I wondered if they were going to paint that up or do some refurbishments, because since they cleared all the trees, you can see that a lot clearer. And yeah, it seems like that's what's going on, which is good to see, because you're actually going to go up the lift hills for these two coasters further over to the back there by the mansion house. And yeah, the supports don't look like they're in for that yet from what we can see from this angle. And yeah, you're going to kind of make your way up there towards it. So it's nice how they're painting that up, giving it a bit of refurbishment so that it looks great. But yeah, the station's quite a big building as well. And I think the fact it's actually positioned on the hillside makes it stand out even more. Fantastic to see. Yeah, a lot bigger than I was expecting. Look at the size of it just here, like very impressive on the skyline in this part of the park. And yeah, they've already said it's actually going to be the fastest coaster in the park, so it is going to be faster than the Dragon. So a really nice addition to Legoland Windsor. And yeah, you can see them supports aren't in place yet at the top part from what we can see from this angle just here. Here comes Duplo Dino in the foreground. Yeah, zooming in on the supports that are yet to be connected just over there. Fascinating to look at. Love the sound effects on this coaster. Really interesting to see. And yeah, you can also see supports have gone in place over here for what looks to be quite a steep drop and banking. I mean, in a way, in a really weird way, it's reminding me a lot of 13 at Alton Towers, like in terms of the banking here and the levels on it. Like, it looks a lot more banked than I was expecting. I think it's going to be a bit more thrilling than a lot of people were expecting with this as well. Let's just go down this way. The great thing is, even though we missed the on-site update last week, we still get some great views down here. We were gutted, literally setting off and the tyre was flat. Now look at that. Yeah, I reckon that's the tallest point. Just down here at the bottom. Fantastic. So yeah, again, your lift hills for the two coasters are going to be down there at the back behind the station, and then with it being a shuttle layout, it's not a complete circuit. You'll then come backwards down through this as well. So you imagine you're going through this forwards and backwards with some of the banking. I think it's going to be really good. I mean, there was a lot of kind of people thinking originally this could be built by Vekoma, myself included. Obviously, it was then later confirmed to be Zera that were building it. And yeah, to be honest, this looks a bit more exciting than a Vekoma family boomerang layout. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this come together here at the park. But anyway, we'll see what other updates we can get you. I know there's some more track that's not, of course, yet gone into place that's stored over on the car park. So we'll see if we can get close to that and go and have a look at it. But yeah, look at these supports here in the banking. Much bigger. And yeah, I think it's going to be a bit more intense than what people are thinking, this ride. Yeah, it's one that we've not really heard loads about over the past few months, especially with everything that's been going on with Nemesis at Alton Towers, Hyperion at Thorpe Park, a little bit from Drayton Manor's new coaster, but yeah, with this, it's really, we've not seen or heard that much, so it's nice to see finally this going vertical. We're looking forward to it. What are you thinking, Charlotte?
This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. This is exactly what Legoland needed. They needed another coaster, and this is on a much bigger scale than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, especially when you've been to a few of the Legoland parks that have got some bigger rides. We just did Legoland Germany recently, didn't we?
I loved Legoland Germany. It was so good.
Yeah, so it's nice to see them trying to, you know, increase the target age group really for this park and just add something a little bit bigger. And you've got to think now, kids like something a bit more bigger and thrilling than they used to, you know. So I think this is a really good move. And the fact they got planning permission for this as well. I mean, they do have some issues here in regards to planning permission usually. So the fact they got permission to build it, especially on the hillside here, is really impressive. And I think the views from it are going to be good as well. Well, here we go then. It's just a couple of hours later from that previous clip. And as you can see, a section of track is getting ready to be lifted into place for Minifigure Speedway. Oh, I'm not too disappointed now that we missed coming down the other day. and seeing the first piece go in. Because yeah, we've got to see these other sections that are already installed. And this piece here, getting ready to go in as well on this Nuva 2024 coaster. Yeah, another red section of track. Because like I say, it's two coasters. You've got the red track and then the blue that's going to be going up. And yeah, I can't believe how high it is. Let's see where this is going. Look at the size of this section here. Like, I was trying to look and see if it was a couple of pieces joined together. But no, it doesn't seem like it. Like, that's the full section. And up it goes. On a Saturday as well. I wasn't expecting to see any vertical construction happening today. But look at that. Right up. And above, Duplo Dino Coaster. There it is. That's a shot off. Wow. Look at that. What a section. It is massive. Oh, steering that crane there with precision. Because you've got all the supports, you've got a coaster that's operating just down here as well. You've got to make sure that's going in exactly the right place it needs to. And it looks like they've done it. It's just about getting it all lined up now. So yeah, that's the section kind of going down into the helix just there. Oh, I'm really pleased with seeing this today. Fascinating to watch coasters being built. What a shot. The biggest coaster here at the park being installed. Really positive to see. And what a lovely afternoon for it now as well. Just got to try and get that lined up. So you've got this guy up on the cherry picker on this side. And there's someone off on the right hand side over there as well, to try and get this lined up. Oh, it's starting to look pretty good. What a massive section. That's nearly there, I think. Brilliant. Oh, I could stand here all day watching this. Whether it's a massive coaster or a smaller ride like this, just enjoy seeing anything being built when it comes to theme parks. Fascinating. And here's another angle of that piece. They've just lifted it a few minutes ago. Getting it all secured into place. Yeah, it didn't take too long at all there, especially with it being such a large section of track. You can see they're kind of attaching these sections here. I need to go a little bit further back just over there to connect onto the support light. You can see just over there with the gap. Obviously find it easier attaching it on this side first, and then they'll slowly maneuver it back so it's in the correct position. Tell you what, the banking on there is good, and you're going to get some great views from on this coaster. You might even see Windsor Castle when you're on there. That'd be nice. And back up near where we started the vlog earlier on. And look at that massive section that's just going into place there. And of course, big shout out to all the construction teams. They do a great job building these rise and roller coasters through all weather conditions. Luckily, it's quite nice this afternoon and a bit warmer as well. Yeah, just piece of history seeing stuff like this go in, especially track. I mean, I love watching supports go in, but when you see track going in, look at that, being bolted into place. It makes you think, you know, when's the next time them bolts are going to come out, you know, a long, long time away from now. Or hopefully so anyway. But yeah, fascinating piece of history. And he looks pretty happy with the job that he's doing just there as well. Oh, great job by all involved. And here's another angle at those supports showing just how high this coaster is, and the track section going to place there on the helix as well, which is looking awesome. But we're going to make our way out of the park shortly, and we'll go and see if we can take a closer look at the other track sections that are yet to be brought into the park. So about a 5-minute walk from the entrance is car park D, which is the overflow parking. And look at this, we can get nice and close to the track and supports for Minifigure Speedway. Look at the dark blue track there. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Really nice to see some UK coasters with some brighter colour schemes, which is fantastic with this, the new coaster at Drayton Manor, and of course as well Hyperia at Thorpe Park. Bright coloured tracks, which is fantastic. And even Nemesis with its different red design on there is really good to see. So yeah, all this bright coloured track coming to the UK for the 4 big coaster projects is very exciting. And yeah, you can see this is the same sort of size section as the one just that we saw being lifted into place. Look at the size of that. And yeah, just behind it, you've got half of all the cabins for the new Legoland Holiday Village, which is also currently under construction. And yeah, that's going to be opening also in 2024. So yeah, it's a really exciting time for Legoland, all these projects. But yeah, if you're coming down to the park, you can come down here and see the track. Obviously, make sure you keep your distance away. There is the fence there around the side, even though it's open. You know, make sure you're standing back if you're coming down. We don't want to interfere or get in the way from it, even though it's here, of course, on a public car park. But yeah, you can see all of the blue track over there, some more supports to go in. And yeah, I'd imagine a lot of these supports are the ones that are actually going to be going in down at the back end of the site for the lift hill and also the return areas as well. But yeah, great to see up close the track for Minifigure Speedway. Brilliant. Well, what an action-packed update here from Legoland. Of course, the highlight today, definitely seeing that piece of track going in, wasn't it?
Oh, that was brilliant. I wasn't expecting it to be so long. When it got lifted up, I was like, wow, look at the size of this track.
Yeah, it was like two pieces being joined together, but as we can see, they weren't, because we can see the full pieces just behind us here down on Car Park D. But no, I think the big surprise for me is the height of this coaster. It's really tall, isn't it?
It is. I wasn't expecting it to be that tall. It's going to be a great ride when it opens.
It is, yeah, and 2 coasters as well, which is good. 2 coaster credits, completely separate, and it'll have a pretty good throughput as well. I know it's a shuttle layout, meaning that it'll only run 1 train on each. However, the fact they've put 2 of them in is great. They could have cheaped out and just built the 1, but no, they've put 2 in. That's what this park really needs. It will be a nice high capacity ride. Having them both next to each other will also enhance the ride experience, because it means you're going to be able to wave at the people on the other train. I like this style of coaster. I don't know if you remember, Charlotte, we did 2 Vekoma dueling boomerangs at Wildlands Adventure Zoo.
They were so much fun. We really enjoyed those.
Yeah, so of course they were built by Vekoma, a different company to this, who's Zero, that are building this. However, the interaction between the two, I'd imagine, is going to be similar on this. And Zero have never really built anything like this before, so really exciting to see. They're a good manufacturer for family coasters, and it's very positive to see the Legoland Windsor Resort installing these for next year. But stay tuned for more updates here on Theme Park Worldwide. I'm sure next time we come down, though, most of that track and the rest of these supports are probably going to be in.
I'd probably say so, to be honest.
Yeah, so it was nice to see that today, especially after the disappointment of not making it the other day with a flat tyre. Just to come and see that piece today was great, and also getting up close and personal to all of this here on the car park. We are also filming a Christmas vlog here from Legoland, so make sure you check that out coming up. And we're also going to be checking out the new Adventure Golf that's all inside. It's 4 different courses, and that's coming up as well.
I'm going to beat you.
Oh, I don't know about that, but that leaves us with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. We'll see you in tomorrow's video.